Hey there, fellow travelers. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of travel etiquette, specifically those tricky situations we all encounter on public transport. From manspreaders to smelly armpits, let's explore how to navigate these challenges with grace and good manners. Now, public transport can be a real test of our patience and social skills. It's a melting pot of different people, all with their own habits and quirks. So, how do we ensure a pleasant journey for ourselves and those around us? Well, that's what we're here to uncover. First up, let's talk about seats. Who should we offer our seat to? Well, the general rule is to consider those who need it more. But, as etiquette expert Rupert Wesson points out, it's not always that simple. It's a delicate balance between being helpful and not causing offense. Weighing it up discreetly is key, and a little eye contact can go a long way. Now, here's an interesting question: can we put our feet on the seat? Absolutely not, says Laura Acano. It's a matter of respect for the shared space and the people who will sit there next. Even if we think our shoes are clean, they are not, and the same goes for those who take their shoes off. It's just not appropriate behavior. Moving on, what about taking the aisle seat? Sure, go for it, but be prepared to move if someone needs to get to the window seat. It's all about collaboration and making things work, as Wesson suggests. And if you're alone at a 4-seat train table, feel free to use it, but be considerate if a group boards and offer to move if needed. Now, this is a tricky one, asking someone to move so you can sit next to your friend. Etiquette expert William Hanson says it's fine if you really can't cope without sitting together, but it's important to be respectful and aware that they might say no. When it comes to children, should we give up our prime front seats on a double-decker bus? It's a matter of generosity, says Acano. If they politely ask, it's a kind gesture to swap. But remember, not all children prefer the front seats, so it's best not to assume. Now, here's a fun one: reclining your seat on a plane. Go ahead, says Wesson, but be mindful of those behind you and avoid doing it during meal service. A slow recline is best to avoid any drink disasters. What about traveling with pets? Hanson says no to letting your dog sit on a seat, especially during busy periods. And for those with allergies, it's simply not an option. Now, let's talk about personal space. If you accidentally make skin contact with a stranger, a quick apology is in order, says Hanson. A simple hand gesture can suffice if it was fleeting and unnoticed. Who gets the armrest? On a plane, it seems to be the middle seat passenger, but on a bus or train, Hanson suggests viewing it as an elbow rest for both passengers. What if your seat neighbor is snoring and dribbling? Well, Hanson advises a gentle wake-up with a factual statement, like, "I'm sorry, but you were dribbling on me." Keep it light and laugh it off if needed. Now, here's a tricky one: can you be too sweaty to use public transport? Hanson says it's a matter of consideration and context. If you can freshen up before boarding, especially during busy periods, it's a courtesy to others. How about manspreading? Hanson suggests a subtle adjustment and a passive-aggressive comment if needed. No touching, but a gentle knee nudge might do the trick. Can you apply makeup on public transport? Hanson used to say no, but now he's more lenient for quick touch-ups. Acano, however, is firm on a full face of makeup being inappropriate in public. What about doing your hair or nails? A big no-no, says Hanson. It's simply too much grooming in public. Can you apply sunscreen? Acano says it's fine if it's a small amount and not a spray, but consideration for others is key. Getting changed in a train carriage? Absolutely not, says Hanson. Small modifications are okay, but nothing major. What if you think you're about to be sick? Hanson's advice is simple: head to the loo as quickly as possible. Can you hold onto the overhead bar with a sleeveless top? Acano suggests being mindful of your underarm hygiene and the comfort of those around you, especially if you're tall. Now, let's talk about eating and drinking. Can you drink alcohol? It depends, says Wesson. Some places forbid it, but others serve it. Either way, be mindful of your volume and the impact on others. Can you eat? Hanson says a small mint is okay on a packed train, but nothing smelly. Akano adds that consideration for others is crucial. Should you have your ticket or payment ready? Absolutely, says Akano. Don't hold up the queue by rummaging through your bag. Loud phone conversations? Wesson says a quiet, quick call is best. If it's unavoidable, move to a less crowded area. Can you open the window? Yes, but ask first, says Wesson. It's polite and establishes a sense of community. How do you ask someone to use headphones? Hanson's passive-aggressive approach might work, but if it's still loud, you might just have to move. Should you give money to beggars on trains? As long as it's legal and you feel comfortable, Hanson says it's fine. Just remember to acknowledge them with a smile. Can you sing football songs? Akano says it's inappropriate and can be uncomfortable, especially if you're not the only one on the train. What about perusing someone's book or phone screen? A big no-no, says Wesson. We have private information on our devices, and it's simply not our business. My train is cancelled. Should I offer to share a taxi? Akano suggests considering vulnerability and safety, especially as a woman. It's a personal decision, but be cautious. Should I wake a stranger if they are about to miss their stop? Wesson says it's a judgment call, but if you know it's their stop, a gentle nudge is kind. Finally, how do I get out of talking to a chatty stranger? Akano suggests a polite response and then engaging with your phone or a book. Most people will get the hint. So, there you have it, folks. A deep dive into the world of travel etiquette. Remember, it's all about consideration, respect, and a little bit of passive aggression when needed. Stay tuned for more insightful videos, and happy travels.